Parents, an important topic nowadays is focus and attention in school. It can be so hard for our elementary school kids when we start kindergarten, first grade, second grade, to go from being at home to having to sit in a classroom. I have 4 boys, 2 of which are in elementary school right now, and this can't be more of the truth. It is just hard to get them to pay great focus and attention to everything all throughout the day, boys and girls alike. So what I wanted to do in this video is talk you through the brain's role in learning and focus. It's going to tie a little bit into pediatric chiropractic because I'm a pediatric chiropractor. But I feel as a parent and a doc, understanding this will help you feel so much better about the process of the brain and that you're probably a lot closer to good focus, good attention, good homework, good learning than you thought. So I want to show you this in really a map of the brain. The way the brain works is signals come up from the spinal cord and they go into this. And I know there's a lot of color right in there, but there's 2 key areas in this region that I want to highlight. One is the hippocampus. The hippocampus right in this lower part of the brain is for factual learning. It's for memory, for focus, for situational awareness. It's when the brain is doing a good job of that area working, it allows kiddos to be engaged, to stay focused, to feel like, whoa, I'm really interested in this. The other area that's key right next to it is the amygdala. That's the emotional side of it. This is why so often when kiddos can't focus, they get very emotional. They might get a little bit scared. They might get a little bit anxious. They might get a little bit angry when those areas don't work together because honestly in the brain, those areas are right next to each other. What happens when those areas are working well, then the brain's able to send good signals further up into what we call the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is the area that just basically puts everything together. It helps the body to feel good. It helps the body to think through things. It helps the body to really just understand the behaviors that it's doing. If these 2 areas, the hippocampus and the amygdala, aren't working very well and they're more in that fight or flight state, then none of these signals are able to go up to that prefrontal cortex for the body and for the kiddo to work on those higher levels of social awareness, communication, situational awareness, and just relationship learning with that. Now, what tends to happen when kiddos can't focus and can't pay attention a lot in class is it's not that the struggle is always in the hippocampus, it's the struggles a little bit below it. The struggles in the upper neck, in the shoulders. It's the input that's coming from the body. If the body is tense, if there's been a lot of physical stress from the birth process or from slips, trips, and falls, from sports, from things like that, that's gonna cause extra signals to come up. It's actually gonna overwhelm the amygdala and the hippocampus, and it's gonna cause the body to say, hey, I can't focus. I can't send the signals further up. I got to be in more fight or flight. I got to tap my foot. I got to move a lot. I got to bounce around in class because I'm worried about everything around me. I'm in full on fight or flight protection mode. So now's not the time for my brain to be learning easy, to be working through things, and to have great awareness that I'm sitting in class and this is what I should be doing. So all these areas work together. And why I wanted to bring this message to you parents is because a lot of times it's not that your kiddo can't do it. It's that the signals from his brain are into their brain is just too much and it's overwhelming these 2 areas. And if those areas get overwhelmed, then nothing else is going to work really well. That's where pediatric chiropractic comes in. Whenever we work with a kiddo, we measure this. We measure the stress that's coming up into the brain. When there's excess stress, when there's excess tension on that neurology, then that's going to cause the body to block those signals to say, hey, I need to stay more in fight or flight. I can't activate those other regions. And that's why we have such great results. We've been able to see thousands of kiddos to help them calm down, to help them sit stiller in class, to help them be able to focus and do their homework and not feel like they have to move all the time because we're simply letting the brain really activate all the centers that it needs to for better focus, attention, and learning. We know every kiddo is a little bit different, but we would love to dive in. If you have more questions, DM us, just comment on this video. We would love to engage and help out and see where your child's struggling because man, school can be tough anyways. With all the drama, with all the work, with everything, it can be hard if they're struggling with focus and attention.